I'm actually outside and I'm on the Levo 4 Specialized, and I've just ridden this. I'm hoping the battery's working, the microphone's working, because I've had the microphone, I've plugged the microphone in because the wind's always been bad in these things. So if somebody does come on, I'm gonna have to ask if you can hear me, because I brought a mic with me today for the first time like in ever. And let's try this. Let's swap this round. Right there. So, right, there we go. Right, let's swap this round. Here we go. Right, I'm going to try and hold this steady for you. Look, there's my camera. Ooh. Oh, look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. This bike is so good. So I've just cycled 11 miles with no battery on this Specialized Levo 4, and it's, well, I'll save it for the video. But it has been, with the battery working, this thing's amazing. The component set on it's great. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'll save it for the video how it went. But I thought it was an interesting experiment. Oh, there we go. All right, just go slowly, nicely, politely. Right, let's just be careful on here. I'm balancing the camera. I've got a bike that I don't want to damage, so I'm just going to go very slowly and dismount here. And look, the sign tells me to do it as well. So we'll be good. We'll be good. I came back down here yesterday and there was so much water coming out of here. I couldn't believe how much water was coming out. It was overflowing. I'll just show you this bike if anybody's watching. Look at this. There's people coming, they're probably judging me so hard right now. Look at that. They're probably judging me so hard. I won't put them on film. I love this little spot here. This is a great little spot on the Rochdale Canal. Check this out. Right there. I work very chatty. Okay, well, let's keep going. Look, I'm not even on the bike. I'm pushing the bike as well, so no one should be getting upset with me. Let's have a look here. Look at this spot here on the Rochdale Canal. I love this little spot here. There's sometimes in this, let's just make sure there's nobody here before I leave this bike unattended. Right, with my nice camera on it. Can I put you in the ivy? I don't want to. Just stay there nicely. There she goes. Oh, look at that. Yeah, just ridden that 11 miles with no battery. Yeah, so here sometimes, have a quick look through here. I love this little spot here. Well, sometimes in here, like they have a tin and an honesty box, and you can get like some cake or some eggs or something. So it's a cool little spot on the canal. And look how cool, like kind of mysterious that looks. Oh, we're stuck. There we go. There she is again. So I've been to the shop and the battery is now, oh, get me a dropper seat side. Down you go. Yeah, the battery is now sorted on the bike, which is good. It is noticeably easier to ride. Up you go. There we go. Yeah, it's like, what's the American YouTuber called? Ben Peak. He did a video about riding a mountain bike with no battery. And it wasn't like to copy him or anything, it's just, it made me think of that. I'll just go here, I won't record this person. But yeah, it made me think of that. It was like a bit of an experiment. So what happened was the battery, this bike is a demo model, and they had to unlock it. So it's usually a straightforward thing to do, but just something went wrong. It gave me 11 hours unlocked. I woke up this morning to go and test the bike, and it was like locked out as part of the the anti-theft feature. So I was able to go out and ride it and test it and film it, which is what I was going to do. So I thought, do you know what? I'll ride it back to the shop. I'll see what it's like to ride a bike this way. And it's not light. This bike's 24 kilograms on paper. That's the frame. Oh, there's a car coming. There's cargo. But yeah, when you go onto like and look at all the components and things, then it's definitely a lot heavier, but it's a nice bike to ride. And the ride was in parts really pleasant, just because of like how well made this bike is. And you've got all those great gears, lots and lots of gears just to sail through. You can spin if you want to. And it has been a really nice day on the Rochdale Canal today. It has been lovely. Like spring is just trying to kind of peek through. You can see it kind of coming. Like just down here at the side, we've got the daffodils just coming up. Oh, ooh. All right, notification on my phone then. Yeah, spring's just starting to come. Well, the birds are all getting a bit more active. Just scared them all off the feeders here. Sorry, birds. Love the colour. It is. Hi there. Hi there, Scooby. That's a great name, Scooby Dooby Doo. Where are you? Afternoon. Yeah, it is great. The colour is good. My son looked at it. I let my son have a sit on it this morning, and he said it's pinky. I think it's kind of like a hot orange. Hot orange. I don't know if that sounds like a good description, but it's a good colour. I like it. I do like it. It's kind of the suspension's so good on it. I'm going to just dismount here because I've got cameras and phone and everything. I don't want to end up something dropping off my bike and smashing. The suspension's so good on it. Like I couldn't tell how fast I was going. There's a speedometer on the bike, and even though the battery was locked out, I could see the speedometer. And like at some points, like when I was on the road, I was getting like 25k on a bike with no assist, no battery, without really trying too hard. And I was thinking, there's no way I'm going that fast. It just doesn't feel that fast. But it's a really smooth ride. It's a very smooth ride. Let me just try and get going here. Here we go. Right, 12 degrees. First time this year. Shorts on, ride earlier. Nice. Yeah, you want to... Yeah, I would have had my shorts on. Actually, I got them soaked yesterday. I was out riding yesterday, and everything got soaked. I got caught in a shower up on the tops, up on the Mary Townley Loop, and everything is soaked. Well, I tell you, I saw a guy nearly go in the canal yesterday as well, just under here. He was just a bit further up. Hi there. I saw a guy nearly go in the canal. He was riding down with a guitar on his back. He was in Tompton. He had a little green hat with a feather in it. I'm not going to judge him for his fashion choices, but he was also wearing like a guitar on his back, and he went under a bridge, and the guitar got caught on the bridge, and it nearly yanked him off the bike into the canal. Luckily, he was wearing like a really cheap kind of guitar case, and this strap ripped off it. You know, if that hadn't ripped, he would have been in the canal, that guy. So I was getting ready to, you know, jump in. No, maybe not jump in. I don't think I would have jumped in. I definitely would have jumped in. But I was getting ready to help him. Let's not lie. No way I'm jumping in the canal. I was getting ready to try and fish the poor guy out though. He was okay. I stopped asking if he was okay. He said he was fine. I could tell from the look on his face he wanted me to leave so he could open up his guitar case and see what damage had been done to his guitar, because it wasn't like a hard shelled one. It was like just a padded one. So yeah, that could be an expensive mistake for him. Well, yeah, as long, you know, at least he didn't go in the canal. That's the main thing. Look how beautiful it is today. I can't believe how nice it is today. Such a gorgeous day. Like the birds are singing, sun's out. Like you were saying, 12 degrees supposedly, and it feels warm. It does feel warm. So nice. I can't believe how much easier it is to ride this bike now with the battery on. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. Another great thing about this bike as well that I've noticed whilst the battery's been on is, you know, compared to other e-bikes I've ridden, they can be a little bit jumpy, you know. As soon as you start putting kind of any kind of pressure on the pedal, they're like, whoop, it kind of just wants to go, but it kind of jerks you with it. This is like super intuitive. Like I'm doing it one-handed now, just slowly coming up, checking for traffic, and I'm having no problem with that motor just making me tear away. I like the torque on this thing as well. Wow, you can tell it's a good motor. I think it's got like, right, it's like an 810, I'm going to dismount again, I don't want to lose anything. It's like an 810 watt motor, and it's got 110 Newton meter rating, which I know that stuff doesn't really mean as much as you might think it do. Like if you look at like your super cheap bikes, then the question is how long can it maintain that kind of torque for, and at what speed. But I would suspect if they did that kind of metric, this would fare very well. This would fare very well. I keep forgetting to put my seat back. I'm not used to having a dropper. And look at this. So I've got about 11 miles to go. 11 miles if I stick to the canal. I was thinking about going up onto the Marytown Loop. I'm now toying with the idea. I don't know whether I'm going to do it or not. I met a boater, got talking to him. He's probably going to end up in the video, and he was not a fan of this canal. He was swearing and cursing it. I was thinking, at least it's not me talking about this. This is like the best part of the canal as well. This is like one of my favorite rides, this part of the canal. I mean, I'm sure it's nice to boat as well, but he wasn't happy with it. I asked him where he was going. He said he was going to Manchester, and I kind of went, you know, and he was like, yeah, I know. And he said, I forgot the exact terminology he used, but he said he had a very deep boat. What's the thing? Hi there. He said he had like a long draft or something, which means it's a very deep boat. It goes quite deep down, so he was very worried about it getting snagged and all the debris in there. Unfortunately, there's quite a few shopping trolleys and things. Cheers. Oh, look, the horses are going in over there. This is hello Mike Ward. This is the Rochdale Canal, and this is the most beautiful part of the canal, I would say, in my opinion. One of my favourite places to ride. Beautiful boats, some nice horses, and a little bit of sunshine. So it's, yeah, it's well, not Rochdale, is it? We are now probably somewhere between Hebden Bridge and Todmorden. Absolutely fantastic part of the canal. I'm just coming back from Blazing Saddles, the bike shop, who've unlocked and fixed this bike for me. And I'm just enjoying a lovely ride back. Marple is gorgeous. I love Marple as well. I'm just going to be very careful under here because I'm balancing a phone, a camera, a bike, so I'm tiptoeing it through. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Yeah, Marple, absolutely love Marple. Marple Viaduct, absolutely gorgeous little bit. I just did the, I've done the Peak Forest Canal. There's a video on the channel. Hi there. Yeah, there's a video on the channel. Absolutely gorgeous stretch. That's like an S-tier canal, is the Peak Forest Canal. I did the Macclesfield Canal recently as well. Hi there, thank you. Yeah, I did the Macclesfield Canal recently as well. So just a beautiful part of the country. I love all the little villages. When I did the Peak Forest Canal, there'd been a fire near the, I want to call it the basin, but it's not called the basin. It's near the flights, kind of where the Macclesfield Canal meets the Peak Forest Canal. And there was a lady just on the canal, and you could tell she was like the local gossip, and she just filled me in on everything that was going on. But there'd been a fire in the boatyard. All of the Calagas things had caught fire, so they had to close the whole towpath off. But it's just so nice that she was chatting to us like that. Just it's a nice boat. Hi there. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a lovely part of the world. I just released my Leeds-Liverpool canal as well. That is another fantastic canal. I can't believe how consistently good that canal is as well, in terms of, you know, the places you're passing through and just how lovely everything is. And then you're kind of skirting the edge of the Yorkshire Dales, Skipton to Stopping, all those lovely little market towns. Well, I couldn't believe as well, coming out of Liverpool, how rural it gets. How it gets rural really quickly. You go through kind of like suburban areas and then it becomes rural super quick. I tend to find the ones coming out of Manchester, it's a long time before that happens, especially on the Rochdale Canal. Then you've got the Bridgewater Canal, that's you go through Old Trafford, but I quite enjoy that. Hi there. Yeah, I quite enjoy Old Trafford. I love seeing the all the warehouses and things, the very industrially side of things. Again, we're just taking it super easy. This phone is not in a harness. This camera's liable to shake off. So we're just taking it easy. Look at that. Beautiful water. Drop a seat again, forgot to put it down. This bike's probably a wee bit too big for me. It's just on the big side. But I'm managing. This drop a seat's making it quite easy for me to get off and on. And I can just pop myself up and it's good. A nice little, I always wonder how much one of those goes for. Looks like an old one. Oh god, they've got like really, I don't want to like go filming in people's windows. They've like got like some fine china all set out on the table in there. They're like invading people's privacy. There you go, these are the biggest killers on the canals. Do not mess with these. Not when they've got chicks. They will mess you up. Look. Oh, just going up this with ease. I think Canadian geese, last I knew, they were endangered in Canada, weren't they? And like there's like a moratorium on hunting. You can't shoot any of them. But when they're here in England, there seems to be loads of them. I'm not trying to insinuate that I want to start shooting Canadian geese or anything. I was surprised when I learnt they were protected. I got lovely gardens there, just for sitting out on those sunny days that are coming. Can you feel it coming? Can you feel that springtime coming? I can. I hope it's like this when I'm in the Flanders. About a month now, 1 month, and then I'm in the Flanders, in the Talbot House. I'll be doing some filming over there, filming the cycle paths. They've just invested millions in the cycling infrastructure over there. So they've got pristine, brand new, spanking clean cycle paths, like a proper network that runs through the whole country. Again, I've had a nice ride today. It's been good to get out. I was doing like a lot of turbo training. I started to forget what the real world was like. Right, I think that's the last of those little overflow things for a bit now. Get some momentum going. I think when I do these things, I think I've come about a bit more prepared. I've got a microphone with me today, so I'm hoping the microphone's working and picking up what I'm saying, so you don't just hear like you normally do on my live streams. Or maybe if I need to get like a gimbal. I do have a gimbal somewhere, you know. Doggy off the lead here. Where are you going? Where is your owner? There's your owner. Cheers, mate. Where are you? I am on the Rochdale Canal. I am between Hebden Bridge and Todmorden. That is in the UK if you're not from the area. Have you heard me? Hi there, cheers mate.
I think you can tell from here the bell.
Oh yeah, bell fan. Yeah, but people are very strongly about on bells. Shropshire, lovely part of the world. I'd love to get there for a ride. What's the riding like near you? Have you got any nice little routes? I do like to travel around. I get all over. Oh. From the UK and in the UK, which is an important distinction. The boatyard. Shrewsbury River. Can I peg my tent up in your backyard? It sounds like a euphemism, sir. I'm not sure what that means. But you can, you don't know. You can do it by the canal if you want. It's up to you. Hello. Oh, I've lost the chat. How do I get this back? Oh, there it is. I'm a subscribe. You're nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. I try to be nice and polite. I do my best. Some people will disagree. Some people think I'm awful. I was on one of my videos, I had like interactions with people at Canal Towpath, and I was saying, hello, good morning, how you doing? And I chatted to one guy and asked him about the area. And then somebody left a comment on the video saying, being disrespectful to people on the towpath, on your bike, not good. And I just thought, what could I have possibly have done? But there you go. No, you can't please all the people, can you? I keep closing the chat down. I've got like, there we go. I am enjoying the ride. Thank you very much. I'm loving the ride. It's a lovely day. We haven't had a lot of those recently, and it's just a nice day to be out. And I'm just trying to pick up some of the nice little bits of scenery there for you. I've just ridden from, I've just ridden 11 miles on this e-bike with no battery because it was locked out. I had triggered the anti-theft device on it, so I've ridden it to the bike shop to have it unlocked so the battery starts working again. Now, like, I'm not normally on an e-bike. I've ridden e-bikes before, but I don't know. I could kind of grow to love it, to be honest with you. So one of the first videos I ever did on this channel was on the Rochdale Canal, because it's like, this stretch is my favourite stretch. And I went to a shop here, and it's called, I think it's called the Todmorden Folklore Centre, and it's just round here somewhere. It's like probably just down behind these buildings, and it's fascinating. You go in there and it's like something off a movie. Can I get up here one-handed? Let's just concentrate. Yeah, it's like something off a movie. And the people in there are great. They've got all of these endangered books, like on witchcraft, paganism, any kind of folklore that's ever existed in England. It's all in there. Really down to earth, really friendly people. Showed me around, let me have a look at the stuff, let me have a look at the library upstairs. Haven't been back since. But if you ever pass through Tomberton, it's well worth a place. It's not like one of those places you go in and it's got like all those crystal balls and weird skulls and stuff in it. It's actually a very serious place. Like very, quite, you know, academic. Look at this. This is what you do with the canal. I really, you know, I love like what Tomberton and Hebden Bridge have done with their canals. Like, it's such a waste when you go through a town and they've got a canal going through it and they've not tried to do something with it, at least for people to sit next to and enjoy a coffee and a drink or have a picnic. You know, you've got this natural resource there. Of why are you not like using it? Well, it's not a natural resource, is it? Right, dismount here. It'd be a bit crazy going through this on the bike. You might have been here before. Could have gone. They've got a good market on in Tomberton as well. Todd Market. They do like a good second-hand market. I think it might be a Tuesday, the second-hand market. And that's. Right, I'm struggling here a little bit. Oh, there's a walk assist on this bike, isn't there? Can I engage that? There we go, walk assist. Oh yeah, oh, it's going. It's got a mind of its own. Alright, there we go. What's your favourite colour? I don't know, I've not thought about it. Maybe, I don't know. Black. Or whatever colour whiskey is. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come back, bike. I do like black. I've got a bit of a problem in my wardrobe where everything I own is black, which isn't good for cycling in. So that guy passed. Yeah, I was quite shocked when I did the York ride recently. How many people in York ride around at night with no lights on the bikes, only wearing black? Like, even I couldn't see them. Even I couldn't see them. They just appeared out of the darkness, these people. It's quite nice for cycling in York. Everyone's, I mean, they don't have a great cycling infrastructure, but I don't know, the road users seem to be fairly considerate for the most part. So around here in Tomberton, there is like an old, it's called a castle. It's like a castle. It's not a proper castle. It's one of those like faux Victorian castles at the top of a hill up here. And there's an old book called Yes Man, written by an English chap. And he went there in the book. Oh, he's building it. No, sorry, I'm not going to ruin your shot, so give you a minute.
No, I want it to laugh again.
Alright. He's laughing.
Sounds like a laughing duck.
Oh,
It's making a call, but it sounds like it's laughing.
A laughing duck? Well, I never.
I'm just trying to get the video evidence, but he's not doing it.
He's not doing it now, eh? It's typical. My dog's like that. It does something and it won't do it again. I want people to see. Right, enjoy. There we go. There's a laughing duck there. It's like got quite the fanfare. Right. Don't shake my camera off. Yeah, I mean, the suspension on this bike is so good. As we're doing cobbles right now, like on my other bike, I couldn't leave this camera on the handlebars because, like, no matter how slow you go, it would just be shaking off. The suspension on this is crazy. Yeah, so there's a castle up here. It used to be like a Buddhist temple, like called a Buddhist centre, but now it's like an activity centre. So when you're coming up and down here, sometimes they just have like huge processions of kids just marching up and down. I always seem to get stuck behind them. They're always super nice, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying they shouldn't be here. It's just this trying to cycle past a load of unruly kids. Yeah, I'm sorry about the camera work. The cobbles one-handed. Whoa, there she goes. I tell you, this bike's the motor on this bike is so clever. I can't believe how good it is. I'm going to keep doing another shot. Right, let me try and read again. Is that Paris? No. You're a bit laggy. Yeah, I think it's just because of the signal, I think, going through the very stone areas. It's not Paris, this is Todmorden, United Kingdom, the north of England. And here, actually, there's another kind of crazy fact here. So here, like, one of the UK's most famous unsolved UFO mysteries took place here. I think I might be about to just go past where it happened, or I might have just been past. So, if I remember this rightly, I've covered it before. So there was a chap in Manchester, and I think it was like his daughter's wedding coming up for like a week's time. It was sometime like back in the 60s, I want to say. And it might have even been in Liverpool. He just disappeared one day. He just disappeared. And then he reappeared here in Todmorden, right in this area, on top of a coal pile. Not a speck of dust on him, covered in like a weird slime and strange burns on him, and his hair had all been singed off. And nobody could explain how he got there. So people reckon he was aliens. He was abducted by aliens and somebody dropped him on the coal pile. So there you go. Now you know. And this bridge coming up here, this bridge, I forget the name of the guy who built it. I think it's the same guy that built the kind of faux Victorian castle I was telling you about. But just here, look at this bridge. I want a train coming over it as well. Look at that, perfect timing. Yeah, just the way they built things in Victorian times, like there was no reason to build your train bridge like a castle and put big turrets on top of it. But they thought, no, that's going to look cool as hell, so I'm going to do it. So they just did it. They don't do stuff like that anymore, you know? People had like a little bit of they were a little bit adventurous, weren't they? Might get a bit of fishing done here. Let's get up to the top of the hill. Look at this hill is going to be no problem now. I've just kind of got it in a low gear. Gonna go easy, like a slow right down, and that motor is not juddered even an iota. The motor just kept, it's like it can read your mind. It's like it's magic, it knows what you're doing. That is a good e-bike. Like Specialized know what they're doing. I think that's where torque comes into play, because it's not just about power, it's about torque, isn't it? There, that there. The cobbles again. Might lose you for a second under here. Yeah. I'm being super cautious because what I'm filming, and two, this is not my bike. If you were, you know, this is not my bike. I don't want anything bad to happen to it. Oh, geese. So yeah, this is finished outside Todmorden. We're going into Calderdale. There's a walking group here. One's on a phone. I might have to ding. Hi there. You alright? How you doing? You alright, thank you. Oh, I might have to ding. Oh, that's just someone started dragging all of a sudden. What's going on here? And it's just the mud. Just make sure, check my. That feels like a bit of a drag. Yeah. Nothing. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it was that bit of mud. Oh no, the motor's gone off. That's weird. Oh, maybe I knocked the assist. That's crazy because I've just cycled the whole like 11 miles with no battery, and as soon as it turned off, then I could feel it. It does feel like all of a sudden you've got insane drag, but the crazy thing is like once you get going, you kind of don't notice. You get used to it. It's definitely harder work. I could feel my legs starting to throb after a little bit, and when you're going uphill you definitely notice then, but on this bike you've got enough gears. I think it's like 11 speed, and you can just drop down and spin. And be carefully because there's a footpath up here. We don't want to hit anybody. I'll just tack this round. This road's always a pain.
There's still little buses come along here.
I'm not from the area, sorry, I don't know.
No.
Good luck. Right, there we go. I was asking if there's like little buses coming. I honestly have no idea if there are little buses that come up and down here. Oh, there we go. Well, there's some daffodils coming out. So I was reading something interesting about Calderdale. This is like Calderdale's probably where I'm at now. I reckon this is going to be Calderdale. Ooh, look at that waterfall. So they're apparently really clamping down on the menace that is e-bikes here. Look at that, hey, wow! Look at the power in that. Let's stop and have a look at this. It has just rain. It's not rain today, but look at that. That good peaty brown water. Yeah, they're clamping down on e-bikes. I was reading an article, like everyone's like moaning about e-bikes, but then when you actually read the article, it's actually cars that were injuring everybody. In the article it's saying, yeah, we're having a huge problem with children not feeling safe going to school, and then it listed a bunch of car related incidents. And then it just said, yeah, we don't like those e-bikes either. They're all very circumstantial. It's funny how that works, isn't it? There's a weird thing. Now I'm riding this e-bike, because I got to ride this back to my house yesterday. And I went full out. I went over the tops, round the Mary Townley loop, which is very rocky. Oh, we've got somebody coming here. Which is very rocky, very hilly. That was baby boy. Are you alright? Right. Yeah, it's very hilly, and I was kind of going full out, and with the motor it was helping, but then I found myself kind of working on top of the motor, so it wasn't like the motor was doing everything. And I still woke up this morning, my legs were a little bit stiff, so you could definitely still get a really good workout on an e-bike right now, because I'm just cruising right now. I can really feel the e-bike doing like a lot of the work. Like it's doing, I would say right now, 80% of the work. But you know, when you're really going for it, it's like not as extreme. Right? Yeah, it's not as extreme when you're really going for it. Sorry, it is. Yeah, it doesn't pick up as much as the slack. And of course, when you're going downhill, especially if you're being technical, and my technical abilities are limited, but I do enjoy a little bit of downhill every now and again. Like it's obviously not doing any of the work, and you're really working your thighs and your quads, calves. You can feel it all. Wow, there's some real water moving here. They're doing some repair work on parts of the canal, so I don't know if these bits have more water in them because of it, because they've drained it off. I don't know. Right, let's get up over the side. Oh, there's a canal bike there. Do you know, there's a bike that somebody's fished out the canal. Look both ways before you cross the road. Oh, there's a van coming. Yeah, they're doing a lot of work on it in a minute. There's been so much rain that it's so full. Well, I'm kind of getting fed up with dismounting. I might just go for it across this one. No, I don't want to shake the camera too much. I'm going to shake the camera. I've already clicked off it. There you go, we're back on. Just try and keep us steady. There we go. Would you say it's worth paying? Let's have a look. Oh, this looks like an actual good question. Let's have a look here. 1 second. Sorry if this has been on for ages. Would you say it's worth paying the premium for an e-bike? I'm on the fence with getting one at the moment. All right, that's a super good question. That is a super good question. And I think there's not like one good answer to it. Like, my opinion would be, like, for one, I don't own an e-bike. Sometimes I have done some work with companies where they've given me an e-bike to ride, and I enjoy doing it. Now, I think when you talk about paying the premium, let's just get the cheap e-bikes out of the way, because you can these days go online and pick up like a super cheap e-bike. And I do see like a lot of YouTubers, like especially my size YouTubers, getting sent these e-bikes to review, and it's easy views and they're cheap and people love them, but I don't think they're entirely, I don't want to say dishonest about them, but I don't think they're I think they don't fully understand like the danger of like the super cheap e-bikes. So the batteries are super dangerous. You just don't know, you're rolling the dice with those. I won't go into full details, but like the lithium battery, like inside the lithium battery you've got a cathode and a diode and lithium. Those are, the layers are separated by sometimes plastic that's 6 microns thick. I mean, that's on your high-end batteries, but like say it's 25 microns. A human hair is like 70 odd microns thick. So you're talking about something that's the difference between your battery exploding being less than the thickness of human hair. And if you buy it from like a cheap manufacturer who doesn't have good quality controls in place, you know, you're rolling the dice. So I'm guessing that isn't what you meant, but I just thought I'd address the cheap ones. So the premium, so that's where the premium does come in, because when you're buying it from like a big name, you know, whether it be Specialized, Trek, White, all the various names, then you're going to get a bike that's classified to, and I think it's UN 3.5, 3.5, there's a 3.5 in it anyway. It basically means they've been tested. They're normally ISO accredited. So ISO ratings, it's very difficult to get an ISO rating. You have to be subject to spot inspections and all the rest of it, and pass tests. Show you've got all the documentation. So that's all the safety stuff, so you know you're getting quality. So it really depends what you're looking for. Now, if you know you're really into cycling and there's something that's preventing you from getting out, then an e-bike makes total sense. You know, whether you have a mobility issue or it's your health, your fitness, whatever. If it's going to get you out, then I think it's worth it. But I don't think e-bikes are just for people who can't actually get out, because I think that's a bit of a misconception as well. I think if you're fully able-bodied and super fit, there's still a really good argument to get an e-bike. For one, they're just fun. Let's just get to the chase. The fun. They are fun to ride, and they put a smile on your face. And if it makes you happy and you've got the money to spare, why not get one? But it's not just that as well. There's loads of other things you can use an e-bike for if you're not used to having one. For example, if you're into training, if you want to stick to doing like zone 2 training, that kind of stuff, you can just hop on an e-bike and really moderate your effort. If the thought of getting out on a normal bike is just stopping you from getting out, then an e-bike's good. So it's not like it's I think, yeah, it's worth it. If it's going to get you out on the bike, it's going to get you out and about, then definitely. So that's my opinion on it anyway. I've been told I'm quite opinionated, so you know, do with that what you will. Let me just go back. I've lost my chats here. Let's just stop. This is one of my favourite little stopping points on the this is one of my favourite stopping points on the Rochdale Canal. Sometimes you get just geese all over this hill here. All right, let's bring this chat back. Come on, chat, come back. I've got like super fat. No, right, I don't want to hide the chat. I want to see the chat. There we go. Yeah, I kind of thought about spending upwards of £1,500 to get a decent bike. So that's why I'm on the fence. I have an injury to my knee. So my large collection of 90s mountain bikes I'm not getting rid of. Well, then, you know, you are absolutely prime candidate. I mean, if you've got a large collection of bikes, that already tells me you love riding. And it, you know, you can let the bike do as much work as you want for you. You don't have to let it do all the work, but you can let it do a lot of the work. So if it's something you love, and I'm just thinking from my point of view, then, you know, it's worth spending the money, get out and do it. That's what I'd say. But, you know, £1,500 is a lot of money. But there are bikes in that range. And another thing that's really shaking the market up at the minute, I've just been speaking to somebody about it, is DJI. These guys that do my camera equipment, they've started making motors, and they are good, and they are light, and they are cheaper, and the bikes are all about to start coming down in price as well. These are not going to be like immediate. Hi there, thanks very much. Yeah, they're all about to start coming down in price, and around about this time of year, I've just seen this bike I'm on now has just dropped. This bike is going to be £4,799, I think. I could be wrong, I'll have to check that. So it's not a cheap one at all. But you don't need this. Especially if you're used to riding like a 90s mountain bike, man. You don't need this. So anyway, that's my thing. I wonder if Cyril Smith rode a bike. Do you want to know? I met Cyril Smith when I was a kid on Rochdale Market. I'm not going to say any more than that, but if you're from Rochdale, you know who Cyril Smith is. Yeah. Did meet that guy. A very bad man. are these guys going? They're coming this way. No, they're waiting for me. Doggy. Hi there. Thanks very much. Yeah, I'm terribly sorry. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but it keeps disappearing from the screen, so I'm struggling to get it. I got bit by a dog here recently, very badly. just recognising the area. A very unapologetic woman. Right, let's have a look. Ooh. Don't go for full suspension if you're only spending £1. Yeah, 1,000. Yeah, full suspension. Yeah, you're spending a lot more for full suspension. I'm a hardtail rider. I love a hardtail because it's less maintenance for me, and I'm not good with my maintenance. I kind of know what I'm bad enough at, like checking my the travel on my front suspension as it is. You know, never mind having like 2 things to check. But I do find the light, the nippy. I love them. Yeah, you're always paying a premium. And the good thing about a lot of bikes these days as well is even if you do get a battery that isn't quite as powerful and doesn't have quite the range on it, then you can always get like a range extender quite a lot of the time. Let go. I think that there is the entrance to the Summit Tunnel. I think. Could be. It's like a mile long tunnel and I'm going through to the other side. I got talking to a guy in Todmorden a year or 2 ago, 80 odd years old. He used to be a truck driver, lived in Littleborough all his life, and he told me in World War II there was a big, like a bomber, like a German bomber, actually flew all the way up here, and it was circling the entrance to the tunnel because they wanted to try and disrupt the infrastructure. So there was an artillery gun in Todmorden and they tried to shoot it down and missed, and the artillery shell travelled all the way from Todmorden and landed in Littleborough, which is like, I don't know, it's going to be like a good 8 miles or something. And he remembers it because he was a kid at the time and he got the day off school. So instead of like a snow day, he got like an exploded munitions day. So that's not a bad day, is it? It's a lovely little house at the side of the canal. I do love these little houses at the side of the canal. I love the gardens and I love looking at them. But I kind of wonder if you're living in one, do you get kind of fed up of everybody looking at your house and go, oh, it's a lovely house. You know, you're trying to even out your tan lines in your garden. I'm just like hitting every puddle here. Oh, smells like gas there. Oh, what's going on? Is the guy losing control of his dog or is he running? I can't tell. Oh, argy-bargy going on up there. Aye. Hi there. Oh, is it like a frisky poodle? Again, I'm doing these so slow. It's not my bike, camera equipment, one-handed. Don't want it to end up in the canal and have to explain that to Blazing Saddles. Oh, look, I think I'm going that slow. My assist keeps turning itself off. There was a plane crash here. I've just remembered the plane crash because I've just seen a helicopter going over. Right, I'm not dismounted for this. I'm going. Come on, we can do this. We're not going to pay for it. There we go. There was a plane crash near here very recently. A couple of weeks ago. A microlight crashed up in the hills, not too far from here. Flying extremely stormy weather. I don't know whether it was meant to be up or not. I don't want to blame them because I know nothing about planes. It could have very well been that it was absolutely fine to fly a small plane like that in strong weather. But my God, like the plane actually had a parachute that came out the back of it. But in those strong winds, I don't think it did them any good, because they would have just been pulled around and they ended up like wrapped around the pylon. Pretty shocking. They'd flown from Birmingham. Yeah, so it's a nice, slow, easy ride. I just did 11 miles without any battery assist on this, so I'm taking it easy. I was thinking about filming a review, but I just don't think I'm going to be fresh enough to do it and have the energy. So I think I'll hope the weather is better tomorrow and get it out tomorrow. Cheers, mate. I think when people see me holding this camera, I think they probably think I'm like actually filming them or something. I'm not. Look how beautiful it is here. This is just great, this, isn't it? I think we're getting on towards Loughborough now. So this is Walsden, probably Walsden. And I'm not fact checked this. Somebody told me this in one of the comments. I thought it was an interesting fact. He told me that it was called Walsden because it was a really heavy fighting spot in the War of the Roses between Lancashire and Yorkshire. Oh, and that kind of makes sense because it's right on the border. So it's like Warland, and it's got somehow been changed to Walsden. I don't know if that's true, but it sounds like it could be. There we go. Yeah, like that, even if you're on a boat you can get the telly and that for an aerial. Full setup. Not bad. We're now Lock 36. This is the summit of the Rochdale Canal, so this is like the tallest bit of the canal, the highest bit of the canal. Off we go. Whoa. Oh, that motor is just like, let me take this for you, I've got this, don't you worry. Oh, it is windy here. There is a strong headwind. I was up there yesterday. I don't know if you can see, there's like a little outcrop and it's got like a little Christmas tree on it. That's where I was yesterday, on this bike in the lashing rain and the wind. But I'll tell you what, I had a smile on my face. I was a happy boy. It's not a bad life, is it? How are we doing for battery in this? 79%. It's not bad, is it? Oh, it's got into auto. I've somehow turned it into auto mode. So that's a good thing about this. You don't have to do it on eco. Well, that explains why it really kicked in on that hill. You don't have to do it on eco or mid or turbo, whatever the settings are on this one. You can go into auto and it just kind of recognizes how much work you put in and adjusts the motor accordingly. So that's super clever. And what a battery saver if you just want to, you want like a fairly effortless ride. I say that I would do like a little quotation thing, effortless to an extent. It'll just kind of, adjust the motor settings for you as you go. Oh, a pony. Hi there. Oh, I'm sorry about the wind. There's not much I could do about it. There's someone's chickens. Hello, chicks. Hi there. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Right, here we go. Little horsey. Hello. Oh, we got some people on bikes. Might just slow down here because I'm not paying attention. I am paying attention, but not enough for this. Eee.
Nice one, nice bike.
Alright, cheers lads. That's a good thing about this bike. It's a bit of an head turner. This bike as well. Bit of an head turner. Yeah, they said nice bike. I don't have to bother if the microphone pick that up. But yeah, it's not discreet, this bike. I tell you what, I wouldn't like to ride this bike around the city centre, because I don't think you'd go unnoticed, you know. It literally screams super expensive e-bike. Like, they're not hiding it. The mechanic in Blazing Saddles was saying to me that, you know, it's like being designed by engineers when it's all chunky and e-bike looking, because it's kind of easy to get to all of the components and things for maintenance. But also as well, this is kind of like, you've gone all in. You want you want an e-bike, so you are getting an e-bike. There is no mistaking this for anything else. It's so nice. I took a picture of my son on it. I'll let him sit on it, and he's just got the biggest grin on his face. He said, "This is a nice bike." I don't think he was keen on the colour though. The colour, yeah, I think the colour's good. I like the colour. Give this guy a ding, so he knows I'm coming. I don't know if he's heard me. Has he heard me? We don't know. I don't think he has. Oh, there you go. Good afternoon. Thanks very much. Alright, look over here. Look, we got some alpacas. Alpacas just across the way. Little alpaca farm there. Oh, look at this one. Oh, you alright, mate? Are you just having a... What are you doing? Oh, go falling in the canal, buddy. Are you just having a little roll around? There you are. He looked like he was... Oh my god, he looked like he was going to fall for a second. He's fine. He's fine. He's got over the wall though. Or do you guys just come down here? Is this what you do? He's looking like, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing? Come back. Nice. Okay, right, let's keep going. See you later, alpacas. So right here now we are at the summit, which is like the summit pub, the little pub here. If you're ever on the Rochdale Canal and you go past Lock 37, you can come off here and you can go get a cheeky pint at the summit pub. There used to be a guy who had like a little, like years ago, used to have a little snack shop in this house here, the one with all the scaffolding on it. He used to sit in his back porch and just sell like snacks out the back of it. Where was it now? It was like here. He used to just be at his door. You just go up, buy some snacks. Let's just watch where we're going here now. Oh, I've got a weird foot in position. Go, go, go. Go. Right. Hold on for a second. Apologies for the view and the shaking. It's a bit of a steep hill. I can't help this. I'm sorry. There we go. I apologize. Right, let me just... Okay. Let me see if I can see the chat. Okay. Oh, so somebody said bye. Not bad. Check the chat, please. I'm so sorry. I think you've gone now anyway. It's been difficult to check the chat. I was gone for a while. I'm back. I had to do some chores. Charge my phone. Rain would be kind of happy to. Not bad. Please check chat. Pony, chicken, I'm back now. Maybe tomorrow. Bye. Okay, good chat. Good chat. I'm sorry. Listen, it's difficult doing the streaming and riding. And I've got to like be conscientious. Well, if there was a lot of people here, I wouldn't be doing this just to be. But yeah, but it's super quiet. So quiet. Looks like they're planting a little forest there. No steps. Oh god, I'm probably going to turn the live chat off now. Very sorry. Very sorry. Very sorry. There we go. Right, check this person's garden out. I don't know if it's going to show up very well. They've got a nice garden here. It looks like it's like some sort of common area or something. And they've got like a little bridge. I'll go slow. Alright there, thanks very much. Yeah, they've got like a nice little garden area. It's it's funny, you pass people slowly and some people look at you like, come on, hurry up. And some people look at you like they're too fast. Right, yeah, it's a nice little garden, that nice little common area. So when I came here one year, this entire thing was drained. There was like no water left. They have like a real problem with water shortage here because this is like the highest part of the canal. So normally if there's a problem, it shows here first and all the water just disappears. Yeah, more chucks. Hello, chucks. Oh, look, eggs. Eggs, 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 eggs. This has to be the slowest bike ride down the canal in the history of man. I've had a good day out though today, to be fair. So if you are ever down Hebden Bridgeway, check out Blazing Saddles because it is a very good bike shop. Well, I am going to be doing some work with them. I'm going to be reviewing this bike for them. I say review, it'll be more like a show and tell. There we go, yeah, be more like a show and tell. And I'll hopefully be doing a few more bikes for them as well if they're happy with it. But I actually reached out to them, they didn't reach out to me because they're a good bike shop. It's where I bought my bike from and I was like super happy with the service. There was, I want to say it was Ian and Anna I spoke to when I was looking for a bike, and I ended up going somewhere else at first because I just got a deal that I thought was really good. Turned out to be a bit of a mistake. But anyway, I needed to get another bike and I remembered like how good the service was. So I went back there instantly and I met John. And John just like hooked me up with a really nice little Cirrus X. That thing came out of the workshop like perfect. And I did a review of that and put it on the channel. And then I was kind of like building up the nerve to ask them, you know, if I could potentially review bikes for them and maybe do some social media stuff. But I was really nervous because, you know, like they know the stuff, and I was worried they would be, I don't know, I didn't want to offend them. So yeah, it took me ages to ask. So anyway, it took me like probably a year to work up the courage to ask them if I could potentially do this with them, and they've been so cool about it, like unbelievably cool. I'm like, yeah, no problem. I mean, they wanted to speak to me at first. It wasn't like naively ridiculous, but yeah, I was just so happy they gave me the opportunity to do it and just be so trusting with me. That was just so good. Yeah, very happy with the outcome. Very happy with the outcome. It's just so lucky, so lucky. This is this bit here, this is where I am right now. This was kind of like the inspiration for starting like my channel. Oh look, this guy, I met this guy earlier. You alright mate, how you getting on? You're getting there, you've not got far, have you? In a bit. Yeah, I was speaking to that guy earlier. He was he was he was really complaining about the canal, like how awful it was. I met him when I was cycling to Hebden Bridge. I had a chat with him, and yeah, he's not happy with this canal. I'll tell you, this is the best bit though. Oh, but I should imagine maybe if you're a boater, it's not the best bit because there's so many locks. Maybe that's why he's he's not happy with it. But I'd say he's going to get a bit of a shock when he gets to Rochdale, because the canal is just full of debris there, unfortunately. Yeah, he's got a great jumper, that guy as well. I love that guy's jumper. Right, I can't remember what I was saying now. Yeah, I said I was happy to be working with Blazing Saddles. Good shop, Hebden Bridge, check him out. Right. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. This is where I got the idea to start my channel. So I kind of said to somebody earlier in one of my comments actually that I didn't watch a lot of cycling content before starting my channel. I watched things for maybe bike reviews and stuff like that, and I mainly watched the American guys. And I'm ashamed to say it because I should be saying backing all the British guys out there, but I had no idea there was such a cycling scene on YouTube. So I like making videos, I like doing media and things like that, so it was kind of made sense for me to start making the videos. But I kind of had the idea when I did it. I met two blokes cycling the Rochdale Canal, two older fellas, and they were they must have been in their 70s. Yeah, they were definitely, long in the cycling tooth. And they were doing a little census of the canal. They had clipboards with them, so they were there, just where I've been with clipboards. And because they couldn't lift their bikes, they were making notes of every obstacle, everything that might be a problem for them along the way. And they were planning to ride it. And I thought, well, I made a mistake because I didn't realize that's what they were doing. Because they asked me where do you go? And I just pointed to a car park and I said, yeah, I just take my bike through there and lift it over the gate. Which was a stupid thing of me to say in retrospect, because I didn't think for a second they couldn't do that. And he looked at me like I was a bit of a, I was going to say a bad word, but he didn't look at me in a nice way. He wasn't happy with me. So where's this guy going? Yeah, left or right? I'll just stop here. You all right, mate? You all right? Yeah, look at me. I don't want, because I'm on live stream, I don't want to be bashing into somebody. Yeah, so he looked at me like I was a rude, inconsiderate person. And he just said, well, we can't do that. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're here with the clipboards. I was like, oh, I felt really bad. So I thought, okay, you know what? I could make videos about these canal routes and talk about them. And I suppose I haven't got into that kind of minute level of detail, but I thought I could, if people are interested in knowing about the routes, maybe I'll just go around and ride them and make videos and talk about the routes. So I just started doing that, and that's what I started doing. I think my very first video was Rochdale Canal because of that, but it just turned into me talking nonsense like I am now. It was basically this live stream. So yeah, so I started doing that. And then I just thought, well, I'll go out and do other routes. And I got Commute, and I started looking for other routes. And I did a lot of bridleways and stuff at the beginning. And then it's just kind of grown from there quite a bit. But it gets me out as well. And it forces me, what I like about it is it forces me to go places I wouldn't necessarily go. Like I was talking about an e-bike just earlier on the stream about, if it gets you out, and that's all that's in the way between you getting on a bike, then an e-bike's well worth the investment. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks about e-bikes or what their opinion is. If it gets you out, get an e-bike. And making videos gets me out because it adds another layer of interest, and it also encourages me to travel to new places as well. Oh, we're gone. We're done. We're done. far. I haven't gone far.